Boston Marathon will take place tomorrow. Brian Yenas reports on safety, security, and expectations after last year's deadly bombings.
Monday is set to be a special day for Boston and for our nation, a culmination of a year of healing, resilience, reflection, and redemption. 36,000 runners will take part in the 118 Boston Marathon, the second most number of runners in the race's history. Officials expanded the field of runners by 9,000 this year to include the runners who were not able to finish the race last year. After
Give me a fucking break. There's going to be 36,000, which is 9,000 more than last year. Fuck the fuck off.
The two bombs went off. Many of those runners looking for a sense.
Yes, many of those runners wearing yellow and purple. Who's programming this shit? I don't mean the TV. I mean, who's programming this? Here's your 777 again, right? 779, 770. Who's programming whatever's making this happen?
Closure. This year, the field will also include first responders, victims, their families, and charities. Fundraisers have raised $60 million for the victims.
Oh, and $60 million. So it's 36,009. So that's 3696. There's your code. 36,000 runners, 9,000 more. So that's 369, right? And they raised $6 million. So it's 396. 396. 6. There's your code. Unbelievable.
Meanwhile, 1 million people, the most ever, are expected to cheer the runners along the 26.2-mile route beginning at 8:50 a.m. from the town of Hopkinton, west of Boston, to the finish line on Boston's Boylston Street. Monday is Patriots Day.
Get a look at this fucking Skeletor-looking bitch. The fuck is she holding up? What you doing, selling a fucking dime bag? What the fuck is that? What she got in there, heroin or PCP? What is that?
State holiday in Massachusetts, and a year after the bombings, American runners have never been more motivated to finish first.
How cornball is this? That flag means nothing. If you want to know what it really is, what that flag really is, it's the sail off a Phoenician ship. If you take the American flag and you hang it down, you'll get the same striping that they put on the Viking ships. And this bit in here, right here, if you remember a 2001 Space Odyssey, you remember the obelisk? The guy said it about three or four times during the movie. When he went and looked at the obelisk, he said, "My God, it's full of stars." It's just a Phoenician sail with the cube. That's all it is.
Three-time Olympian and Massachusetts native Shalane Flanagan hopes to be.
Oh, Shalane Flanagan. Well, she wouldn't have anything to do with Irish or Scottish or Masonry, I don't think.
The first American woman to win the Boston Marathon since 1985. She finished fourth last year. Of course, security will be unlike anything the marathon has seen before. There will be 3,500 police officers, double last year, 40 security checkpoints, 4 times as many canine units, and over 100 new cameras installed along the Boston Marathon.
You see how they're inching you into this neo-Nazi shit? You see this? People just let it happen. They just let it happen. They don't stand up and say, "Fuck you. I'm not going to run if you're going to have all that security." You know what? I don't know where that new planet is. I want to volunteer to go to it. I want to volunteer right now to get the fuck off of this one, because if there's anything called UFOs and they're down here looking for intelligent life, you guys wasted a lot of gas getting here. Go home. There's nothing for you to see here. As the cops say, move on, nothing to see here.
Spectators are being told not to bring backpacks or handbags, coolers, costumes, or large blankets. Runners can have fanny packs and water bottles 1 liter or smaller. The Boston Red Sox will play their annual Patriots Day baseball game Monday morning at Fenway. Slugger David Ortiz says he expects it to be very emotional, but a day filled with happiness.
Dude, who dresses this dude? Who wears a fucking pink tie, you pussy?
In New York, Brian Yenas, Fox News.
It's been 15 years since the deadly Columbine school shootings in Littleton, Colorado. And
Oh, you mean that fake debacle? Of course it's the 15th. there's your 6.
The community is coming together to honor the lives they lost. 2 armed teenagers shot and killed 12 students and a teacher before taking their own lives.
Yes. Dylan Klebold, they didn't bring it out. Klebold is a Jewish last name, by the way.
More than 20 other students were injured. Several members of the Columbine class of 1999 have formed a support network to help survivors of other mass shootings.
Today, the Pope celebrated Easter with 150,000 people.
Of course. It's the 15th anniversary of the shooting, and he went with 150 other dudes. What do you guys, you're getting sloppy as fuck. Nice tie, by the way. And first of all, this isn't this dude's name. It's a fucking verb. Larry yelling, like yelling, "Get the fuck off my lawn."
Talked about the crisis in Ukraine and said he hopes that the Ukrainians and Russians can find a path to peace. Pope also talked.
Yeah, and the Pope is also saying that he hopes that his bishops will find a path to getting a peace. And would somebody take a look at this dude's head? What was this? Or this? What the fuck is that? Whose head looks like this? See, this is what I mean. What you're seeing on TV is bullshit. It ain't happening. The top of this dude's head is completely missing. He looks like the boss off of Spider-Man, Mr. Jameson. Look at this dude's head. You gonna tell me that dude really looks like that? Look, you're getting scammed. Completely. 100%.
Talked about what he calls the scourge of hunger. He said that hunger is aggravated by the immensely wasteful behavior of those who have more than enough already.
You see it? So you got to understand where they're going with that. He's saying that there's people starving because there's people that have too much already. What's the name of that? It's redistribution of wealth. In other words, if you got it, we're taking it. There was a pope, not a pope, but a monk or whatever. I can't think of his name. But that's where this world is going off of what he wrote. Basically, he said the haves have to give to the have-nots. And if somebody don't got a place to live, you're going to let them live in your house. I mean, it comes down to it because it says God gave it to you, so you have to give it to somebody else. You guys have no idea where the shit is going. I know exactly where it is. You think that stupid-ass book 1984 means anything? That's nothing.
The Pope is popular with many Catholics and non-Catholics alike. Many believe that he's changing the church in a radical way. How are his policies impacting controversial church decisions here in the United States? Cam Springer takes a look.
I think the answer to that is, who gives a fuck?
Catholics worldwide celebrate Holy Week. Several U.S. dioceses find themselves under attack for the recent firings of Catholic school employees. A middle school teacher in Butte, Montana, was dismissed for willfully violating the morals clause in her contract by getting pregnant out of wedlock.
Really? That's a problem? Some bitch got knocked up? What about all the little kids that have been taking it up the keister from these perverts? Huh? What about that? Let's see if they mention anything about that.
This softball coach in Billings wasn't renewed because...
Oh, of course it's number 9. Right? With a B on here? Oh, with a JB or a BJ? The fuck out of here.
He works part-time at Planned Parenthood. And Mark Zamuda, a vice principal at Eastside Catholic near Seattle, was fired for marrying his gay partner.
I was asked by the school to break my wedding vows to keep my job.
No, you weren't. Bullshit. Anything to keep you from looking at all the fucking raping of little kids. Do you know that the Catholic Church is the only religion in the world that carries molestation insurance? And so you're going to let 2 little kids jump in a fucking Pope-mobile with this guy at 9:39 p.m.
I was told I could either divorce or be fired.
Faithful America, a 10-year-old group claiming 250,000 members, collected signatures online and delivered them to local bishops. They say the firings run counter to the message from Pope Francis, who has an approval rating among U.S. Catholics above 80%. He's called on the church to be less rigid. About gays, Time magazine's Man of the...
Why? Do you see that? He just stuck his fucking face down on the kid's dick. okay, wait, stop, back up. Why wouldn't you walk around the side and kiss the kid's forehead? Why do you got to stick your face down in the crotch? Busted.
Year famously said, quote, "If a person is gay and seeks God and has goodwill, who am I to judge?"
Really? Then why? What was that bullshit story you just gave us about the dude that had to get divorced from the other gay dude? Again, who's writing these scripts? Because you really need to get some new comedy writers in there. Come up with some new material. You fucking freaks.